day 1 of my animal-based diet. This morning I didn't get enough food in. I also woke up with like a really bad sore throat and kind of like a little tickle in my throat and stuff. I don't know what's going on there, but I woke up this morning kind of feeling like dog poo, but just kind of like overall really tired. I haven't been getting enough sleep. That's one of the things that I want to improve. So this morning I had my coffee with my goat milk, no sugar. We do have a farm. We have goaties in milk right now. I also, when I can, I like to get raw cow milk at a local farm nearby, but we have goats and we have more than enough milk. So I'm like, let me just, utilize that. So I put that in my coffee every single morning. And I don't do sugar. And I'm drinking water and I'm eating and I'm still like so tired. My husband and I have been staying up way too late watching all the Fast and the Furious shows. Like literally the past 10 days. I think we missed one day. Almost 2 weeks of watching all the Fast and the Furious show. I don't know why. We just got on that and we're like, you know what? Let's not stop. Let's keep going. So anyways, we finished number 10 last night and we didn't get done with the movies until like after 11. So I really didn't go to bed until after midnight every night. And I know that that's bad. I'm just being like completely transparent with you guys and letting y'all know what's up with that. So because of that, I'm tired, and that might be why I'm not feeling the best today. And also I've been working out on top of that. So when you have not enough sleep and you're putting your body under stress with physical activity, and then of course, I still have to be really active during the day because of you kiddos, because I have all these kids running around and they need me to be present, and then we have the farm stuff and it's just all of the things. Okay, I had to go somewhere quiet because my kids were, hopefully they won't find me here. I'm in my laundry room, if you can't tell. So let me just explain kind of what I'm doing. Let me do a recap. I'm doing an animal-based diet challenge for the month of August. This is August the 1st, 2024. I came across this challenge through somebody that I follow, Dr. Paul Saladino, I think is how you say his name. He is a huge advocate for like the animal-based diet where it's meat, organs, dairy, honey, and fruit. So 5 things. Super simple and easy, 5 things. If it doesn't fall into those categories, it's out. So like grains, vegetables, because he was saying that in like the leaves and the stems, and even technically the roots, those are vegetables, but mainly in the leaves and the stems, plants put off this toxin because they're trying to keep predators away from eating them. They don't want to be eaten. And so his whole theory is they don't want to be eaten, so they're going to push all of their danger toxins outward into the part that is going to get eaten to protect the actual plant. Which makes sense, because knowing what I know about plants, like they do have defense mechanisms, and that is one of the ways that they defend themselves. Now, fruit, they want that to be eaten, the plants, like they have a conscience or something, but they want that to be eaten because they want the seeds to be planted and reproduced through feces. And so if you can expose the seed of the plant and then it falls to the ground, like a tomato plant, if something's eating a tomato plant and it falls to the ground and then it's going to reproduce. I actually have that happen on our property. I have tomato plants just wild. They're volunteer plants. That's what they're called, volunteer plants. I have tomato plants. I think I have some squash plants. Now they were from commercial tomatoes and squashes, so they're not actually producing fruits, but the plant is there. So I thought that was pretty funny. But anyways, it's just omitting vegetables, obviously processed foods, all the sugary stuff, which we don't eat a whole lot of anyways. We actually have in the past, just being super transparent with you guys, because like I said, I need to be transparent to let you guys know like everything that's happening. The past Sunday, today is Thursday, August the 1st, 2024. This past Sunday was my birthday. And then 2 days prior to that was my youngest first birthday. And so we have had lots of cake, lots of sugar, lots of like sweets, candies, and all kinds of stuff. The kids love it, right? Yeah, her eyes got really big. But we need to detox from all of that because mommy is definitely feeling the effects of that. That's what I'm going to be doing for August. I'm going to document everything as best as I can. I'm also trying to get bare minimum of a gallon in a day of water. Bare minimum. If I can get more than that, that'd be great. But I don't know if I can get more than that. So that's my goal. Gallon a day, meats, organs, which I'm either going to be taking an organ supplement or we're doing an experiment tonight where we're grinding the organs into the meat. We buy like for beef, for example, we just buy a big brisket and we have a meat grinder and we grind that into ground beef. We don't just buy already processed ground beef because with a family as big as ours, it's so much more expensive to already buy ground beef versus just buy a huge brisket on sale. When brisket goes on sale, we buy as much as we can, and then we grind it ourselves into ground beef. So we're actually going to be doing that and adding in the organ meats with that instead of just straight up eating organ meats. And then we're going to be doing that with our chicken as well. We'll have ground beef, we'll have ground chicken with the organ meats already in them, which will be very interesting. And I'm hoping that it's not going to be changing the taste a lot of that. So either way, we're going to be trying our hardest because organ meats are really good because those are the most bioavailable forms of vitamins and minerals for you. I thought that was interesting. Also, I am borderline anemic. I've always been borderline anemic, and I think it's just because my diet is not consistent of enough protein. So we'll see. I'm really upping my protein intake. My goal weight is 120 pounds. Just putting it out there. Right now I'm 107 because of all the weight that I lost really dramatically after having all of my children. I'm 107 pounds. I'm working out close to every day. I'm eating about 120 to 140 grams of protein per day. That's my goal. I'm not doing that actually right now. I shouldn't say that matter-of-factly, but my goal is 120 to 140 grams of protein per day. Carbs are just going to vary on, because I'm actually really active because of my life. My lifestyle is really active. So carbs, I'm just going to eat as much as I want. Like this morning after I ate the peach, I felt so much better. Oh, I don't know if I actually said that. So this morning I had my coffee with the goat milk, and then I had a protein shake with glutamine in it. I ran out of my creatine. I normally take creatine every day, but I just ran out of my creatine, so I have to get some more. I had coffee, goat milk, protein shake with glutamine. What are you doing? I was still kind of feeling like hungry, but then not like crazy. Like I was just feeling shaky, like hypoglycemic or something like that. And so I had a peach, and then I felt a lot better after that. And then now it's lunchtime. So I'm not off to a great start. My protein, I think through all of that with the goat milk and the protein powder, I've probably had about 40 grams of protein. Goat milk per 8 ounces of goat milk, raw goat milk, you're getting 9 grams of protein, I want to say. So I had about 2 glasses worth of goat milk this morning. I'm just guesstimating here. So 18, whatever 18 plus 25 is, because that's how much protein's in my protein powder. 25 plus 18, whatever, you figure it out. But that's how much protein I've had so far. So obviously I'm way under for today and I need some more. So right now it's 2 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock, 1:55. So we need definitely to get some food in lunchtime. I just finished my farm chores, and so we're gonna have a really good quiet time after this for the kids. So anyways, keep you guys updated. Okay, you guys, I am on day 7 of the animal-based diet, and it's officially been a week. Yes, well, almost. Tomorrow will be a week since I started the animal-based diet. I just got a bunch of groceries, and so I'm gonna do a grocery haul for you. Now, this is just primarily for me and it somewhat applies to my husband and my kids. Basically, I'm the only one that's doing the animal-based diet. And let me just reference this and say, it's always 80-20. Whenever you're doing a diet, it's never supposed to be permanent. It's supposed to be short-term. It's supposed to be to try it out, see if you get some results from it. If you do, then that's fantastic. If you don't, then maybe that diet doesn't work for you. So far, I'm feeling really good. I am finding that I'm naturally inclined to go towards the proper foods. Like I'm craving certain foods. And just to kind of put it into perspective right now, I'm also tracking my menstrual cycle, and I am in the ovulatory phase right now. And so typically my cravings go up quite a bit in the ovulatory phase, and then closer in the luteal phase, closer to when my cycle actually starts. But right now, I mean, for the most part, I'm feeling really good. I'm not having super major cravings or anything like that. I love sweets. I'm just a sweets person, but I'm finding that I'm not necessarily wanting like candy or a cupcake or cookie. I would make cookies all the time, guys. Cookies all the time. And I'm finding it really refreshing because I'm grabbing like berries or like a banana or an apple. And now I am having my ice cream. So I have ice cream every once in a while. Every night I used to have some ice cream, but it's more so every once in a while right now. And I'm finding that I'm not like, oh my goodness, I have to have this. Like I have to get it in tonight. But anyways, my sugars are honey and maple syrup, and that's it. So my ice cream that I'm making, I'm going to be putting either one of those in there. So I'm also still kind of like my voice is not like fully back yet. But it is better. My first day, I was feeling like not super well. This whole week I've been struggling with like just like a lot of like crud in my throat and in my chest, a cough and all that. But I think it could be a lot worse if I had sugar in my diet. I'm definitely I can tell a difference in how I feel taking out the sugar. And so far, I have not had like a sugar crash, no energy crashes or anything. I'm still having my coffee. I don't put any sugar in my coffee. I didn't before this. I wasn't putting sugar in my coffee. It was just coffee and either goat milk or cow milk. And then that's it. So anyways, I have everything out on the counter, and I'm going to kind of walk you through. I'm going to flip the camera around, and then I'm going to walk you through what I am eating on my diet. So let's start over here. Let's just get the ice cream out of the way. I haven't made anything yet. It's empty, but I wanted to put it out to represent like I am making my ice cream. I am eating ice cream. I'm just gonna have to make it just so that I can control what's in there. So this is the honey. It's a raw honey that I get local, and it has like really, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can tell, but like inside you can see that is what raw pure honey looks like, just basically scraped fresh off of the honeycomb. I love this honey. I get it from a farmer or that's local to me. So this is maple syrup. These are my only 2 sugar options that I'm having. So I use that for like everything. I'm taking glutamine because it's really good. It's so good for muscle recovery, but it's also really good for repairing the lining of your gut. So a lot of conditions, inflammation, which can lead to just a whole heap of problems and metabolic diseases, can be from leaky gut. Leaky gut is really easy to fix if you are intentional with it. What causes leaky gut, what I have learned recently, is glyphosate. Glyphosate is basically just the chemical form of Roundup. And unfortunately, even if you're buying organic, there's still going to be traces of glyphosate in your foods. It's really hard to get away from it. So your sources, like foods that are going to be heavily coated in glyphosate are going to be your wheat products. Even if you're doing sourdough breads, you have to be very careful where you're sourcing your wheat, because there is glyphosate on those crops. It's just because it's a multi-spectrum, I think it's an herbicide, and it's supposed to kill like weeds and unwanted plants, and it prepares the crop for your harvest. And so you're not just getting the glyphosate when the ground is being prepared, you're getting it at its like most intense, because it's sprayed on and around the crops as they're preparing it for harvest, because they want to get in there and they want to harvest quick, and they don't want to deal with any weeds or pests or anything like that. So you have to be very careful about your food sources. And even if you eat a super clean diet, you would have to like literally live in a bubble and have every single food that you eat tested in order to not come in contact with glyphosate. Unfortunately, that's just the world that we live in today. So we have to be really careful. So there's a lot of things that glyphosate does, and one of those things is it basically creates small openings in the lining of your gut. Your gut, think of it like a net, and you want to have certain micronutrients go in. You want to have minerals. You want to have vitamins. You want to have protein that's already broken down into the amino acids. So protein breaks down further into amino acids, and amino acids can squeeze through the lining, that small net in the lining of your gut, and then it's used further to build protein structures in your muscle, or it's used to, if you're pregnant, it's used to go to the baby, to build your baby. And so protein is really, really, really important. Anyways, all of that to say, glyphosate is on a bunch of things, and you need to do like this major detox, which I will be doing a detox later on. You need to do an intentional detox for your body to reduce that toxic load, but also on that to repair your gut and the lining of your gut. And glutamine helps with all of that. There's a bunch of other things that help with that. And if you want more information about detox and how to do it and how to repair your gut, because your gut, you guys, like the science is exploding about everything of the gut. There's like, we have literally just barely scratched the surface on gut health. And so we're learning a lot, and we're learning a lot really fast. And one of the things that I love is glutamine, specifically for muscle repair, because I am working out quite a bit, and I'm working out really hard because I'm doing hypertrophy training. But at the same time, it's kind of like a double hit, because it helps with muscle repair, but it also helps the repair of the lining of that gut. So that's why I'm taking glutamine, and I try to take it every day. If I don't think about it, then you know it's fine. But mostly every day I have a protein shake, and I just put the glutamine in my protein shake. All right, so I grabbed some more items, but we've talked about glutamine, we've talked about leaky gut. Let's talk about protein. So protein powders. So let me just put this out there and say I only do protein if I'm in a training program that's specific to hypertrophy training, like I am right now, or if I'm just needing up my protein intake and maybe I didn't get enough protein in that day, or I'm just kind of feeling a little bit lazy like I am tonight. I have a protein shake that I'm drinking right now, and then I'm gonna have maybe some fruits or something like that later on. But it's Wednesday night, my husband is at church, I'm with the kids, and on Wednesdays everybody knows that mama does not cook. So everybody's just kind of fending for themselves tonight with like leftovers and whatnot, and I'm having a protein shake. So I put protein, I put glutamine, and I put goat milk. This is my goat milk right here. So the protein, that's the whole reason that I'm going to continue to take protein. Now, let me just put this out there and say that this protein right here, I don't like at all. Like, I heard, you know, it's so good, and like 5-time Olympian athlete made it, and absorbability and whatnot. Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't like it. I don't know what it is about it. The taste is fine, it's just the texture, and it doesn't blend really well. I don't want to have to pull out my blender every single time I'm making a protein shake, and I need it to blend really well, and it doesn't do that, which is unfortunate. So The taste is fine though, so it's just very clumpy. This one right here, this is the doTERRA whey protein. I like this one. I'm not a huge fan of the taste. And yes, it does have a little bit of oat flour in it, but it's not much. But I do like the blendability a lot better, and I like how clean the sources are. So doTERRA is a company, super, super clean sourcing. And the chocolate, I'm not a super huge fan of. I was just looking here. The cacao powder. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I was like, the chocolate is not like as chocolatey as I imagined it would be. Just being honest with you guys. And I actually work with a company too. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it out and see, because I love protein powders. And I like how it absorbs really quickly. The digestibility is really nice. The flavor kind of caught me off guard. I was expecting like a really like pungent in your face chocolate flavor, and it's not that. It's not like a Hershey's chocolate bar. It's a cacao taste. If you've ever tasted the difference between cacao and like a milk chocolate, it's drastically different in my opinion. This tastes more like a cacao, which I don't have a problem with now that I'm used to the taste and I expect it to taste like that. Just a sidebar, like if you get this protein powder and you get the chocolate, don't expect for it to taste like a chocolatey Hershey bar protein powder, because it is not going to taste like that. We have goats, and so I have goat milk, and then we get our cow milk from a local farm, and I like having both because goat milk I love for my coffee and for my shakes. It's naturally homogenized, so I can just use it and go. Don't really have to like mix it or anything. These are pretty self-explanatory. I'm just having fruit, right? I'm eating it whenever I feel like it. I'm having a handful of blueberries. I'm having some blackberries. And no, these are non-organic, because organic is really expensive. And with a family of 7, and we go through a lot of fruit, y'all. A lot of fruit. I get 12 bananas every week. I get like this basically every week, the fresh fruits, and we go through it so fast. It's good because we're eating a lot of fruit, but at the same time, like, it is so dang expensive right now. And with as big a family as we have, this right here is gonna have to just cut it. We wash it really well. In fact, I have some washing right here. Let me just show you. So I have blueberries in my pot right here, and I have baking soda in it, and then I have a drop of lemon essential oil, and I just let this sit for a little while. About 5 minutes. Sometimes I forget about it, and it's about 10 minutes. And then I rinse it off really well, and it's good to go. And you would be amazed at the gross things that gets off. So that's what I do. So we just are very careful at just washing it really well, honestly. And then we have a pear tree, so I put that there in reference because we do eat pears from my pear tree. Okay, so as far as carbs go and starches go, starchy carbs. These are carbs, but this is a starchy carb. It's not recommended to have vegetables, the leafy greens, nightshades is in that category. It's recommended to actually have sweet potatoes versus like potatoes, because potatoes are a part of the nightshade family, and then the nightshade family is like tomatoes and peppers and stuff. That right there is kind of like an inflammatory response of your bowels. So if you have leaky gut, it's gonna make it worse. It's a potential to cause micro tears. There's something in the stuff from the nightshade family that has a potential to cause micro tears in the lining of your gut. So it can either cause leaky gut or it can make it worse. That is what I was told, but for now, I am just following the rule of all the nightshades are out, so no tomatoes, no peppers, which is such a bummer because that actually is, I love tomatoes and it's summertime, and I can eat a tomato like an apple, but I'm following this for August, and so I was like, you know what, I can do without tomatoes for 1 month. So I'm including sweet potatoes in my diet and potatoes on occasion because we are a big family and we cook a lot of food, and the potatoes just make the food go longer. And so with our budget, everything's got to work with our budget. So with our budget, having potatoes every once in a while works really well. But for the most part, I'm doing sweet potatoes as that starchy replacement. Alrighty, so we're moving on. So here's some more fruit. I am doing avocados because it's a good fat source. I'm doing butternut squash. I love using the neck of the butternut squash for things like fries, you know, or like if I'm gonna do noodles, I can do that out of the butternut squash. And I'm gonna experiment with making noodles with the sweet potatoes. I haven't done that yet, but the butternut squash, I can make noodles from like the neck part of the butternut squash, and then the butt part, which is I call the butt, is the part, the big round part at the bottom that has the seeds. I like cutting it off right there and basically making a bowl. So I scoop out the seeds of that, and then earlier today I actually had it for lunch and I put it in the Instant Pot, and I cooked it in the Instant Pot for like 15 minutes and it was perfect. And then I basically just put meat and cheese inside of it with some salt and pepper, and that was my lunch. And it was super easy, it was super fast and very convenient. So more fruit. Like I said, we go through so much fruit. I got some lunch meat and then I put it on the table, and the cats got into it. We have farm cat, you can see right there. I did pinch off the part that they were eating. So anyways, that's why that's in a baggie, because the cats sniffed it out and started eating it, and I'm gonna have to explain that to my husband later on, and he's not gonna be happy. But I did pinch off the part that they were eating. We stopped the behavior. We stopped it. And so anyways, just meat. I got a bunch of, this is turkey, deli turkey. They sliced it up fresh at the deli, and I got a bunch of that because we eat a lot of sandwiches. And then I eat this with just like, it's just like meat and then whatever sides that I want. I like putting cheese on the inside and rolling it up for like a really quick snack. And then I got, these are chicken thighs. I love cooking with chicken thighs rather than chicken breasts because the breasts are so dry. I don't know. People have success with chicken breasts all the time, and I'm just one of those people that does not have success with chicken breasts. So I like the chicken thighs because there's a lot more fat on this. So we do the chicken thighs, and we do the free range option on that. And then I got like 3 things of those. We'll go through it like that so fast. And then a big thing of cheese. We actually have more cheese like this. We get a thing of this with, I think this is the Fiesta blend. Yes, this is the Fiesta blend. And then this is 80 ounces of cheese. We get an 80-ounce bag of the Fiesta blend, and then we get an 80-ounce bag of mozzarella, and then whatever other big size option that they have on occasion. But those are basically our 2 ones. Then what we do on our ground beef, my husband buys really big briskets at the store whenever they're on sale, and we have a meat grinder, and we grind it up into our own ground beef. And then we actually, on the diet, I'm eating organs, and so we got some liver. This is a calf liver. We got the calf liver this time because I wasn't able to get another liver source. Calf liver, I think, has a little bit more fat in it than the other liver does. But anyway, so calf liver it is this time, and then we forgot to grind it up into the beef, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to incorporate that in with the diet because I do not like the taste of liver. I'm sorry, but I just don't. And so grinding it up and putting it in the ground beef option is perfect because it kind of masks the flavor of that. That's basically what boudin is. It's like a bunch of ground beef, and I think they put liver in boudin, and it's great. That's what we did with our chicken. We did ground chicken last week. One of the things I did forget to mention is kefir. So I'm making kefir right now. We're doing the homemade kefir from the milk, the cow milk. Now, with kefir, you do it with pasteurized cow milk in the beginning because the bacteria can compete with the fermentation of the kefir grains, is what I was told. So I'm just basically activating my kefir grains right now. We have done kefir before in the past, and I dump my grains down the sink, not even thinking about it. And so got to go through that whole process again. But I'm activating my kefir grains right now. It's going to be pasteurized milk until the kefir is ready and active, and then we switch over to feeding the kefir with the unpasteurized raw cow milk that we get from the farm nearby. And then I'm experimenting with making my own yogurt because I do love having a yogurt source available. It's just really easy to grab some yogurt and then do some berries or something in it. I am also doing cottage cheese and eggs. I didn't have any eggs to show, like we're out of our chicken eggs right now. I need to go grab them in the shop because they like laying in the shop, in the hay barrel that's in the shop. So they like make a nest on top of it. So anyways, I have to grab those tonight when I go out and do my nightly chores. And so I combine the eggs in the cottage cheese because I don't like cottage cheese. I just don't like it. So I combine the eggs in the cottage cheese, and I do like a scrambled egg, cottage cheese scrambled eggs, and then you can throw in some like diced ham or bacon. Those are the other things that I forgot to mention that I'm doing. I forgot to mention a lot because they're not actually here. So bacon is allowed on it, and it's fantastic because you can use the fat from the bacon. We also made our own tallow. That has been really useful. Butter is allowed. I just didn't get any butter this time, but I do like to make the butter from the cow milk. So there's a lot of different things, but as long as it falls into the categories of the meat organs, the honey, the fruit, and the dairy, then you're good to go on the animal-based diet. These are just the things that I got this grocery haul this time, and some little extra things that I am doing. So anyways, I'll check in with you guys in a few days on how everything is going. And I'm going to put these kids to bed because they are coming in here and staring at me, and you can hear they're just done for the day. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.